Hi guys, I'm Juliana, your automotive woman, and this week I am test driving the all-new and newly designed 2021 Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive. And I'm going to take you for a walk around, show you the interior, and finish with a test drive. But before I get into it, I want to remind you guys of my partnership with FreshenUp premium air filters for your cabin and engine needs. When you're planning your spring or fall maintenance, or especially during any allergy season, consider purchasing online at FreshenOpt.ca and use my promo code AutomotiveWoman15 to receive a 15% discount and free shipping across North America. The Rogue has been a popular SUV and a top seller for Nissan in both Canada and the US for more than a few years now, and probably for good reason, because it comes well equipped and it's well priced. But as competition rises in this category, Nissan decided to give this third generation subcompact crossover a complete redesign from the exterior look to overall chassis build. And as I take you for a walk around, I'll highlight the changes. But one item which does not change whether you choose to purchase this top trim Platinum model or one of the other lower trims is the engine. Each Rogue is equipped with a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder CVT transmission, which produces 181 horsepower with matching 181 pound-feet of torque. And how does this 2.5 liter 181 horsepower SUV sound like when in sport mode? Well, hit it! all right. Amazing. I previously mentioned it, but the Rogue has been completely redesigned, beginning with the front LED lights and the more distinguished lines throughout. But if you choose to purchase the Platinum Edition model, you're going to receive these 19-inch wheels. But if you drop down to one of the lower trims, being the SV or SL, you're going to receive the option of 18-inch wheels and a front-wheel drive vehicle. But if you're like me and live in Canada or somewhere with extreme weather, I would 100% recommend sticking with this all-wheel drive model. As the top trim model, the Platinum receives an automatic remote starter on the key fob and a hands-free power liftgate. But here's the tip: in order to use that remote starter on your key fob, you have to lock the doors first and then hold the button on the key fob for the remote starter, or it's not going to work. Now, Nissan's did a good job of actually increasing the trunk space for Rogue owners, and there's a few different ways that you could actually divide this space down here. You have a nice divide and hide underneath here, and you have an extra spare tire. But one feature that I really like that's usually reserved for premium models is actually the ability to lower the rear seats from the trunk, and you can do that in the Rogue. The Rogue is a subcompact SUV and it's fine for 4 or 5 individuals. But specific to this model are these rear heated seats and a climate control panel with connectivity built in. Now, standard across all models are these zero gravity seats and the 90-degree doors, which makes it incredibly easy to lift heavy items in and out. Now, in terms of storage, it's behind both front seat passengers and on the side, and of course you have your 2 traditional cup holders on top of the center armrest. If you prefer vehicles which are fully loaded, then the Platinum is for you. But regardless of what trim you go with, Nissan provides great driver-assisted technology. Each trim model receives predictive forward collision warning with pedestrian cross-traffic alert, blind spot warning, lane departure warning, rear cross-traffic alert with automatic braking, just in case you're about to hit something, and all models receive Nissan's advanced airbag system. But for this Platinum, you receive a panoramic sunroof. For both front seat passengers, you also get these zero gravity seats, which I mentioned in the back. And what I'll do is provide a video down below. So if you're a fan of how things work in techie videos, you want to know more about these zero gravity seats because they actually help to reduce fatigue. And it's pretty cool. I talk about it more on my test drive. But these seats are also heated and they're power operated on each side. They're also in combination to a heated steering wheel. And the functionality on the steering wheel is kept basic. On the left hand side, you actually have your radio and your customization buttons for the driver cluster. And on the right hand side, you have your Bluetooth with your ProPILOT assist button. In order to make all your driver assisted technology work, you have to make sure they're activated, and you can do that through your driver cluster in your infotainment system. Now, about your driver cluster, it is 12 inches and it is fully digital and, like I said, customizable. If you have difficulties seeing it, well, there's always the optional heads-up display. All of this information is also in your infotainment system. And in the Platinum, you receive the 9-inch touchscreen, which is a swipe through. If you go with one of the other trims, you're only going to receive 8 inches. Now, in this model, you receive the navigation, wireless charging, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. Now, specific to iPhone owners, you actually receive wireless Apple CarPlay. As you drop down, you have 2 climate control functionality for both driver and passenger. You have great connectivity. And then I like what Nissan has done, and this is similar to what I saw in the Audi e-tron, and that is a reduced gear shifter selector, and then that allows for more space, so there's more storage, which is also available down here on the sides and up here, which is pretty cool. For driving modes, there's Eco, Auto, Snow, Off-Road, and Sport. And if you want to use paddle shifters, you can do that as well too. But let's hit the road, because I actually speak about my overall driver impressions and these zero gravity seats. 2021 Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive with a CVT transmission. And if you are familiar with my channel, you already know I'm not a fan of CVT transmissions, and I say it in all my videos. I get why manufacturers use that. They are cheaper to develop, produce, maintain, all of that. If you are able to get past the initial 12-second launch of getting up to speed, they are fine. And truth be told, Nissan has done a great job with reducing the cabin noise, so the initial launch of getting up to speed is not that bad. One point of interest that I would speak to my sales representative about is the torque. It only has 181 pound-feet of torque, which is an increase from the previous generation, even though this is the same engine. But my concern would be, while my vehicle was fully loaded with passengers and luggage on those road trips, when I'm traveling somewhere where I know there's going to be a lot of mountains, you know, how's it going to pull? How's this transmission going to react? That said, maybe Nissan has addressed that concern already, because they did change the torque. But again, ask that question while you're going out for your test drive. My 2 favorite features during the week has to be this new digital driver cluster. This screen is huge. It's amazing. It fits perfectly with the steering wheel, and honestly, it helps to distract from the fact that some of the buttons on the steering wheel do look kind of cheap, but I mean, that screen is so beautiful. Again, it does deflect from that. Also, my favorite feature has to be these zero gravity seats. At first, I thought this was just a sales ploy to say, you know, we have different seats, but no. Literally all week long, you feel that you're sitting in the proper position, and the fact that every single passenger receives this technology is nice. And truth be told, I haven't been this comfortable in an SUV since I reviewed the Lincoln Corsair. and those seats were comfortable. And you know, the Rogue and the Corsair are not even in the same category, so that says a lot. Visibility is good out the front and sides, and there is no blind spot because Nissan actually provides that third window out the side. But I also have ProPILOT Assist with Navi-Link. So ProPILOT Assist is, you know, essentially smart adaptive cruise. Now, I have the Navi-Link. So Navi-Link is pretty cool, where it helps you to navigate the road ahead. And what's really cool is when you actually have it activated, when you go to change lanes, if someone is actually in your blind spot, it pulls you back into your original lane so you don't by accident sideswipe somebody. So that's pretty cool technology. It was my first time with the ProPILOT Assist technology, and it works well. I mean, it's on par with the other stuff that I tried. Overall impressions, I really like the design of this Rogue from an exterior standpoint. The two-tone roof with matching side skirts, and I'm a fan of the 19-inch wheels. Again, if you're familiar with my channel, I like the bigger wheels. It just gives it a really nice profile. But in terms of drivability, I live in an area that has a lot of road speed bumps. So if you know road speed bumps, they are wider, in both directions wider, and a little bit longer. And when you travel over them in the Rogue, it does a good job of absorbing the aftershock. And I noticed that, and my family noticed that too when I took them out for a test drive. But what I like to do in all my videos is recommend a test drive, because test drives are for free. So I'll provide a link down below so you can find your closest Nissan dealership. But for now, I'm Juliana, your automotive woman. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss How To Tuesday or Feature Car Friday. Thanks, guys.